Welcome guys, Casual here from Casual GGs, and we are back today with another video for ESO, and again we are gonna look at companion builds. So I've been messing around with companion builds a lot recently because of Telvanni efficiency. I've realized that each companion actually has a hidden unique secret skill, and what I realize is that if you guys take this skill and build your gear and the companion skill and the companion's role around it, you guys will get some interesting outcomes. So the first companion we have is also my currently favorite companion, Zenda. His unique special skill is Shields of Erudition. So Shields of Erudition, there is no equal to it in terms of the damage shield size. It's a huge shield which a Zenda can put to himself, but the best thing is it also immediately has the same effect on your toon. So getting a huge shield every 5.6 seconds if you have Telvanni efficiency on. This skill has a hidden scaling portion which I think the devs forgot to mention in the tooltip. Notice that this shield is 7350. That's because I'm using one weapon and shield. If I'm dual wielding weapons, then I get 7590. And finally, if I'm using a two-handed weapon or a staff, I get a huge 8700 damage shield, which you guys saw in the Zenda healer companion build as well. So this is an amazing skill. I think a Zenda shines best if you guys start building around this skill, and his theme is damage shields. Let's move on to the next companion, good old Sharp as Knight. Snow Squall is the most unique skill Sharp has. This is basically two skills in one, where it's a burst heal and also heal over time for 8 seconds. Now, the best thing about this skill is this is the only burst skill among all companion which is a self heal only. Sharp does not heal you or anyone else if your health is below 75%. He only heals himself, and certain builds just work so well with that proc condition. So what's unique about this skill is it scales with your max health. So 7725, what you guys see on the screen, is if you don't have any vigorous trait gear at all. If you guys have 6 pieces of vigorous trait gears, then his burst healing goes up to 8, 9, 30, and notice that the heal over time is also increasing. Amazing skill. And if you guys go full vigorous gear, it's a whooping 10,134 burst heal, biggest burst heal among any companion. So any build which requires Sharp to only heal himself, so he's survivable, works well with Sharp because his theme seems to be burst heal on myself when I need to. And the next companion we have is good old Bastion from our Blackwood days. Now Bastion's most unique skill is that he will give a buff to our toon that will make all our light and heavy attack do 15% more damage. And if you have Telvanni efficiency in place, this buff is gonna be up almost 100% of the time. So since we are using Telvanni efficiency and we lose our DPS a bit because one 5-piece is down, having a companion like Bastion who gives you back damage for your light and heavy attacks is always good. So he works well if you have a heavy attack Sock, or if you have a werewolf, or if you have a Nightblade who does a lot of light attack weaving. So interesting ideas you guys can try on Bastion around this skill. Next companion we have is Ember, good old Ember. And Ember's unique skill is very interesting because it's not about buff or it's not about debuff, but what Ember does is that every 5.5 seconds, if you have Telvanni efficiency set on your toon, Ember is gonna reduce the cooldown of all your abilities by 5 seconds. So this opens up unique builds where if you're targeting around eliminating cooldown times completely from the remaining 4 skills by using second wind, so everything is up 100% of the time, then Ember can get that done. The next one we have is good old Miri, and Miri's most unique skill is called Twilight Mantle. Unfortunately, this unique skill is not very good because if you guys really look at the conditions, it's very similar to Vanish from the medium armor skill line, which heals you to full health and you're invisible for 6 seconds, right? And the proc condition is the same, less than 50% health. I just wish Miri's one would have been half heal. I can see some interesting usage for it where we don't have to use medium armor, but as it is now, I haven't successfully used this for any build for Miri yet, but that's the unique skill she has. And finally, we have our favorite tank, Isabel. Isabel's unique skills are interesting because I feel it's more offensive skill, which doesn't kind of synergize with Isabel's strength, which is more of a tank. Most of the best tank builds are always Isabel, so it's interesting that her unique skill just does not support that. I wish she had something like Snow Squall from Sharp, and Isabel would be so strong. But let's look at what she has. So Isabel has something called Spear of Light. What this does is she throws a bunch of spears in front of her, and whoever's in front is gonna take a decent 4350 damage, and then it knocks them down. But the uniqueness of this skill is this will ignore the enemy's resistance completely, right? Sadly, the damage from this skill is only 4000. If it was around 8000, similar to other skills like Starfall, for example, Starfall drops at 9000 plus damage. On another note, Isabel is also unique because she also has another unique skill which is called Penetrating Strikes. So what this does is, this is actually the Templar jab, and after she jabs, if you guys see the last line, Isabel and also our Toon, if we are nearby her, we get increased damage for our next light and heavy attack by 50%. Now this might work great on a heavy attack sock, but unfortunately heavy attack socks don't hang around the tank. We are normally ranged, so sometimes you won't get this buff because you're too far away. But if you can hang around, if you're a Nightblade weaving your light attack, or if you're a werewolf constantly doing light attack and then periodically doing heavy attacks, and you're nearby your Isabel tank, this skill might be interesting. So that's about it, guys. I just wanted to share these unique skills which I found while experimenting with the companions. Hopefully it will give you guys a new light on how you look at the companion. Thanks for joining me, guys. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Till the next video, guys, I'm Casual and GG's.